Hey everyone, this is Atiksh and I'm a software engineer at Olvi. We're into AI-based customer feedback management and collection tool. And other than my work, I really like to build micro SaaS and Shopify-based apps. So today I'll be talking about offloading main thread and improving web performance using PartyTown. So here's a quick question. Have you guys ever experienced performance issues on your web application despite, implementing various optimization measures? Can I see some hands? Folks? Yeah, great. So what do you think is the exact problem here? You already tried various JavaScript optimization techniques, let's say server-side rendering and caching and stuff, but you are still not able to hit the perfect lighthouse score, right? So let me tell you, the answer is JavaScript. More JavaScript, more problems, and it basically increases your time to interactivity, reduces the render performance, and at times also increases the total blocking time for our main client-side code. And the biggest culprit here is third-party scripts. So what are third-party scripts here, right? So not every cross-origin request can be termed as third-party script. Basically, having another services code running on our website can be termed as a third-party script. And why are these even the problem here, right? So basically, these scripts compete with our main JavaScript code and can potentially block the main thread, leading to very bad user experiences and at times to unresponsive websites also. And here's the solution for this, PartyTown. So PartyTown is basically a library from builder.io, which basically allows us to run these third-party scripts from a web worker without blocking the main thread. So now that being said, let's see PartyTown in action. So here's a website which has a bunch of third-party scripts already included, like Intercom, Mixpanel, Google Analytics, Posthog, and Microsoft Clarity. So you can clearly see the performance score is really bad as of now, it's 32, and the total blocking time is also humongous, right? It's 1420 ms as of now. By the way, this is a really cool website that we built at Olvi. It's a wrapper around ChatGPT to get you started with the PRD stuff. And now this is the performance score after we simply integrate PartyTown to the same code base. So what actually happened, right? So the total blocking time, that is the TBT, it actually reduced from 1420 ms to 0, and the performance actually doubled, right? So before actually seeing how PartyTown internally works, let's see how do we add PartyTown to our code, right? So adding PartyTown is pretty easy. We just need to add the PartyTown scripts and add the type tag, that is text/PartyTown, to all the third-party scripts. There are plenty of NPM packages, here is the package for the React one, where we can include the PartyTown component, maybe in the header component or of our React app. And whenever we basically declare the script, we simply add the custom type tag, that is text/PartyTown. This will allow PartyTown to identify which scripts to run in the web worker. And one more thing, PartyTown actually uses service workers to run internally. We'll see it in the next slides. So what does this mean? The PartyTown scripts needs to be served from the same origin as our own websites. So it cannot be served over a CDN. So here's a script that PartyTown basically provides us to copy the main snippets of the PartyTown scripts directly to the public folder of our app so that we don't have to manually add any files. So that was about the installation part. Now let's see how basically it works, right? So with PartyTown, all the third-party scripts are taken care by the web worker, while our main code runs on the main thread. This sounds really interesting, right? So here's the question, can we run any JavaScript in web workers? Sadly, the answer is no. And the reason because the environment for web worker is different. We don't have access to the DOM variables and let's say the window object and stuff. But the beauty of PartyTown is that with PartyTown, we can access these variables as and when needed, right? So let's say that this code basically runs in the web worker as of now. So what PartyTown will does it will run each line of that code, and whenever it encounters a main thread variable, right? Like in this case, window.location.href, it will be using proxies to intercept those requests and send those variables to the main thread, where we can basically get the computed value, and those value will be returned to the worker thread. So yeah, what's the secret here, right? So basically what we need to do is we need to block the worker thread synchronously. But as you know, like JavaScript is a non-blocking asynchronous language, right? So how do we do that? So PartyTown basically uses synchronous XHR request. So those requests were actually removed from the main thread because they kind of block the main thread, and blocking the main thread is really problematic. Like it can lead to unresponsive websites and various performance issues. So, but those synchronous XHR requests are available in the worker thread, as blocking the worker thread doesn't really affect the main thread, and the website is still responsive enough. So what PartyTown basically does, once it intercepts those variables, it creates a synchronous XHR request to a route called /proxytown, which is intercepted by the service worker, which PartyTown actually adds. And that service worker then sends those variables via post message to the main thread, where we basically get the computed value, and then that value gets returned back to the service worker and then to the web worker. So here's the workflow here that we just saw. So basically most of the code runs in the web worker. When it encounters a main thread variable, it creates a synchronous XHR request, and that gets intercepted by the service worker, which sends a post message to the main thread, and the values flows back in the same order. But PartyTown is still in beta as of now, and it's recommended only to be used for analytics, but we can have a wrapper around it so that for production use cases, we basically fall back to the traditional way of loading scripts if anything goes wrong. So here's the flow for the wrapper. Like we try to install PartyTown first, and since PartyTown uses service workers and stuff for the internal communication, we basically check if browser supports the service worker. If everything goes wrong, we add the PartyTown configs and add the custom type tag. And if anything goes wrong in the whole process, we basically fall back, and the third-party scripts get loaded by the main thread only, so that user experience is still unaffected. So yeah, by using this simple package, we can actually improve our performance quite significantly. Like in this case, we basically doubled it from 32 to 67. Yeah, so that was it. Thanks everyone. Thank you for listening to this talk.